Jasmine. I'm from California and I was 12 years in California, moved to Colorado, and then back in California. So I struggled with, body image issues and self-confidence. Also had like some anxiety and insomnia. I went to a predominantly white high school. So I was always viewed different because I was always built different. And I also am 6'1", so I stand out above the crowd. So I was always seen as like that person of color in the room. So I was always, I guess, just different.
What is your background, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah. So I'm mixed. I'm mixed with Turkish and I'm half black. My mom is from Turkey and my dad is from Philadelphia. So it was kind of hard at first. I couldn't really figure out, because I never really viewed myself as like a full black girl or a full like Turkish girl because I was half and half. So it really, freshman year of college really struggled for me because I never really fit in with both groups. It was always just like, oh, I was seen as too, white or too black in certain cases. So it was, the way I coped was I kind of, I sat down and I kind of figured out what was me and what defines as me. And when I was younger, I really didn't have a voice and I didn't stand up for myself. But freshman year, it was like a rude awakening. And so I had to stand up for myself. And so in situations where I was uncomfortable, I spoke up and I was like, hey, I don't really say that, or I don't do that. And it kind of just I kind of had to figure out how to fight for myself in a sense.
Yeah, that's a great thing. I'm sure it felt lonely at times.
Yeah, it was hard because in certain instances, it was like freshman year, I would say when I first came, I kind of associated more to not like I would pick a side, but I felt more comfortable in certain stances, but I tried to fit in with the white girls and they would go downtown or they all were 21, so I couldn't go because I was 17, baby. So it was hard and it was lonely, but I kind of just had to adjust to it. It was really difficult, but I kind of found my way around it, I guess.
Where do you think you found your confidence or found your identity?
Honestly, I didn't, I found my identity throughout knowing people, just to I don't know how to explain it, but growing up, it was I never really knew what black was. So I didn't see myself as a black girl or a white girl. I just saw myself as a normal person. And then when I came to college, they kind of showed me what it meant to be, not you meant to be black, but what it meant to have to stick to different cultures and have all that stuff kind of fit in. And it also helped because there was a couple Turkish students at NC State as well in the athlete world. So I kind of was able to bond with them and bond with that. But I only felt comfortable in myself when I kind of stood up for myself, and I would say I wouldn't be comfortable with certain things or go out and do certain, or the way people talk. It was hard for me. At first I was trying to, fit in with everyone. So I was trying to do what everyone else was doing. And then I bought my confidence when I met with the psychologist at NC State, our student athlete. They had one for student athletes, and she would help me, not tell me you shouldn't be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that, but she kind of helped me develop my confidence and to stand up for myself. And then my sister also committed at NC State. So when she came my sophomore year, it was kind of easier. Honestly, looking back at it when I was younger, I probably did, but I never really knew what it meant until I came to college. So I probably did in high school, I just never really noticed it. I do know one time I always got discriminated against for the way my body was built. So guys would say some really not so good comments to me. And that's the only time that I noticed it in high school. In college, my freshman year, it was very divided. So I definitely was set apart because I was half and half, and it kind of was just like I said, I was too black to do some other things and too white to do some other things. So it was kind of that was when I noticed I was different. Honestly, growing up, it was hard because I didn't see anyone that was built like me or looked like me. So I would tell my younger self, like, stop comparing yourself to other people. You're built differently for a reason, and you will grow into your body, because I looked awkward. When I was younger, I was tall and I had knock-kneed and I had glasses and all the fun stuff. But I would tell younger me, you will grow up, you'll find your own confidence, your own way. So don't try to rush it. Don't try to force yourself to fit into styles, because growing up, I used to straighten my hair every single day, and I used to like put on a lot of makeup just to feel like I could fit in. But I would just tell her to, just relax. It'll come when it comes, and just, look at yourself and just be proud of what you are. Honestly, I feel like a person who's mixed now, we're like having more, we're finding our voice a little bit more, but I kind of hope that we all can support each other, because everyone's growth and everyone's journey is different, and it's hard sometimes. I feel like some people like either outshine others, so like some people's stories don't all look the same, and I hope that like my community or my environment or culture, I hope that we all just accept each other and accept each other's struggle and see each other's struggle and give each other the space to share a struggle, even if it doesn't look like ours. Like in some cases, some people feel, I don't know, I don't know how to explain it, but I just hope that one day we all can share and not have to feel like we're being judged, because sharing is scary, and like having someone know that something about you and being vulnerable is scary, but I hope that one day we can be comfortable with the uncomfortable. So it's a constant struggle, honestly. I feel like it's always changing. I stick to a pretty strict workout regimen, but I think it's just because I was an athlete. I've always been training all my life. So, but I also find myself, I think now more than ever, it's important to find good friends that can support you and not necessarily like force you to speak on your feelings or talk about what you're going through or something painful or some traumatic events. Just someone that can just sit there and be like, listen, I see you for who you are, and I support you, whether that's sitting in a room and like just letting you watch TV and just chill and not say anything, or like sitting in a car listening to music, talking about your feelings. I think it's slowly, I feel like a mental health journey is changing for everybody. And I think that you just have to accept and go with the struggles and whatever works for you. And like, for me personally, it's like writing stuff down, journaling, working out. I have a good group of friends now that I don't think I've had before that I can actually go to and talk to. And honestly, just being vulnerable, because I'm not good at being vulnerable, but we're working on it.
Great job. It's a good first step.
Yeah.
All right, real last question. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
What makes you happy?
That's a great question. I feel like, honestly, I feel like that's always changing. Right now, like I said, I enjoy working out. But what makes me happy is just being able to live in the moment with my friends. I always tend to think ahead or think of the future, or like think of like, oh no, like what ifs, and kind of go in a downward spiral. But I guess stopping that and just being in that moment and like grounding myself and being able to be all like, okay, I'm having fun right now. Like, let's not think about that. Let's just go out and live out this moment. So I hope that.
Letting the anxiety.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there anything else that you wanted to say?
Just that to anyone who is struggling, you're not alone. And even though it may feel like the world is ending in that moment, just keep pushing through it. And at the end, you'll end up stronger.